threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
And a very pleasant good morning, baseball fans, and welcome to Day 4 of the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional at Calgary Stadium on MyBasin.com. My name is Josh Eldridge. Really excited to bring you some postseason action, as it were. I guess this is all postseason, but now we're really into bracket play as pool play has wrapped up. Right now we're getting things started with the LANDER LOBOS and the Rock Springs Spartans, a pair of teams that were winless through pool play, but now one of them has a chance to grab a win in the consolation game. It's the first game of the day. Later on this afternoon in the second consolation game, it's going to be the Clark County Cubs taking on the Calgary AAA Blues. The first semifinal, which is set to kick off at 4 o'clock, features the Klamath Falls Falcons against the Calgary Premier, and we wrap up the day tonight at 7 o'clock when the Nelson Baseball Club takes on Kelso Premier. But of course, in this consolation game, it's the Lobos and the Spartans. Yesterday, the Spartans, as the number 3 designated team out of the National League, ended up losing to the Calgary Blues Premier team yesterday. And meantime, for the Lobos, it was a loss to the Calgary AAA Blues. As we are about ready for first pitch this afternoon, on the bump for the Spartans is going to be Aidan Walker. We'll get you a look at Walker as we continue throughout the broadcast this afternoon as he gets things started with a 1-0 count. It is a 1-1 count now as we take a look at Walker. He's into his 5th start this season, and he's got an ERA of 2.3. The 1-1 to Pierce is a bouncing ball out towards short. Patterson charging up with it. The throw on to first is going to skip past the first baseman Stone, and that's going to be a throwing error for Patterson and a leadoff base runner for the LANDER Lobos. So the starting lineup for the Lobos. Taylor Pierce leads off, followed by Justin Whelan, then Evan Stevenson, Paxton Reese, Connor Higginbotham, Keegan Stevenson, Kafis Olsen, Conor Carey, Rhett Stover, and Luca Whelan. Luke Whelan. As it's an 0-1 count now to Justin Whelan. Justin Whelan this season batting .370. Runner from first on the move and diving into second safely is Pierce. Count 0-2, and now a runner aboard at second. It's Pierce. So the right-hander Walker comes set and delivers the 0-2. It's taken high for ball 1. David Van Horn, our home plate umpire this afternoon. We'll get you the defense for Rock Springs, team from Wyoming, after this. And the 1-2. It is a ground ball out to short. Patterson, a chance to redeem himself. Up with it. The throw is in time, and that will be the first out. Runner moves over to third. That's Pierce. The starting defense for the Rock Springs Spartans behind the dish is Cahill. Ethan O'Brien at third, followed by Owen Patterson at short. Millerman at second, followed by Sean Stone at first. Braden Biendich in left, Colton Carlson in center, and Hudson Conrad in right. Here's the pitch. It's a called strike to Stevenson. These hitters are going to have to get used to a little bit of a bigger strike zone. Van Horn can be consistent, but he has a large strike zone behind the dish, something hitters are going to have to look out for today. Swing and a miss for Stevenson. So the count 0-2. The pitch to Stevenson. It is swung on and missed, down on strikes for the second out this inning. And Paxton Reese going to try to drive home this first run of the ball game, who still stands 90 feet away. It's Taylor Pierce, but it's going to take a base hit to do it. Paxton Reese, so far this season, is batting .370. And he's got 29 RBI. That leads the team. Actually is tied for the team lead with Martin, both having 29 as Reese calls time, steps out, and right back in as we're ready for the right-hander to see his first pitch from Walker. Here it is. That is a fly ball, shallow center field. The shortstop underneath it, Patterson, to put that one away and end the inning. No runs on no hits for the Lobos as we head now to the bottom of the first, scoreless at the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional at Calgary Stadium on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Getting ready for the bottom of the first inning, still scoreless from Calgary Stadium on day 4 of the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional. Consolation game 1 between the Lobos and the Spartans. You know, these two teams haven't played in, they played earlier this month on July 12th. It was an 8-6 win for Lander. Then back in June, it was a 7-4 win for Lander. They lost 13-2. These two teams have played quite a bit. In fact, they started the season against each other on May 6th, a 6-5 win for Lander. So these two squads certainly familiar with each other as they meet here at Calgary Stadium. Both teams looking for their first win of the tournament, and right now scoreless in the bottom of the first. Leading things off for the Spartans is Owen Patterson. Here's the pitch from Kafis Olsen. It's inside for ball 1. We'll get you a look at Olsen, and then we'll meet the starting lineup for the Spartans. for Olsen this season. He is in his third start with an ERA of 3.67. Only pitched 13 1/3 with this team. So he finds himself behind in the count, 2-0. The pitch to Patterson. That is fouled back, 2-1. So after Patterson in the order, it's the catcher Cahill, followed by Sean Stone, the first baseman. Aidan Walker, the pitcher, bats cleanup, and Hudson Conrad, the right fielder, hits fifth. Ethan Millerman bats sixth, and at second base, Ethan O'Brien batting seventh. At third, Colton Carlson in center batting ninth, and rounding out the order, hitting 10th for the Spartans is, Shelley is batting ninth, and then Biendich is batting 10th for the Spartans. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Patterson. We'll get you the starting defense for the Lobos after this. The 2-2 is going to miss behind the batter Patterson, and the count runs full. Starting behind the dish for the Lobos is Paxton Reese, Rhett Strover at third, Conor Carey at short, Keegan Stevenson at second, and Connor Higginbotham at first. We'll get you the outfield after this full count pitch to Owen Patterson. The right-hander Olsen looks in, gathers the sign from Reese, and delivers. The full count pitch is swung on and missed, and they got Patterson on strikes to record the first out. In the outfield for the Lobos today, Justin Whelan in left, Taylor Pierce in center, and Evan Stevenson in right. Brings up Kyle Cahill. Cahill this season a .375 hitter, getting his first chance against Olsen. Here it is. A fastball taken high, 1-0. Seen Olsen pitch a few innings at this tournament. He's got a good fastball. He can place it well. His changeup, he goes to that one quite a bit as well. And then from time to time will break out the slider, although we haven't seen it too much in this tournament. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed, a ball and a strike. Olsen pitched a couple of innings last night in the game in which the Lobos lost 24-10. I imagine that they were trying to save him for this contest, but he ended up tossing just a couple of innings to help get his squad through that ball game. The 1-1 on the way. Swung on and missed, 1-2. Wrapped up with under 45 pitches thrown, so obviously he's got no limit on what he can do today. Ball and 2 strikes. It is looked at for strike 3 called on the outer third. And 2 away now in the bottom of the first. And that is what I was saying in the top half, was that these hitters have got to get used to a bit of a larger strike zone this afternoon. Van Horn's strike zone generally stays in the same spot, but it is quite a bit larger. So these hitters from Wyoming going to have to adjust as the game moves on. Sean Stone to bat now after 2 strikeouts for Olsen and the first 2 hitters. See if Stone can get a rally started. The right-hander steps in, and the pitch from Olsen. It is taken for ball 1, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. That one misses in tight. 2-0. For Stone this season, he's batting .494. Scorching hot bat out of the 3-hole for the Spartans. Here's the 2-0. Fastball. It's in the middle third of the plate. Maybe a little bit elevated, taken for a strike. Olsen delivering the 2-1. That one misses high. 3 balls and a strike. On deck is Aidan Walker, the pitcher for the Spartans. The 3-1 to Stone. After the foul ball, the count runs full, 3-2. Full count pitch on the way from Olsen. Off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. Way to break out the bender for Olsen to retire the side. 3 straight strikeouts as we go to the top of the second. Still scoreless in day 4 of the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional at Higginbotham on mybasin.com.
Trying to lose some weight and get in shape? Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club provides a clean and friendly workout environment with professional and experienced staff to help you achieve your goals. They offer state-of-the-art equipment, indoor tennis and pickleball courts, certified personal trainers, tons of group exercise classes. They're the best exercise facility in the Klamath Basin. Plus, they now have a smoothie bar to give you a nutritious boost after your workout. See and feel the difference at Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's the place to be.
Top of the second inning, due up this half for Lander is Connor Higginbotham, Keegan Stevenson, and Kafis Olsen. Still up against Aiden Walker, who got through that first inning relatively unscathed. 1 base runner left stranded at third after the error at short. But a good first inning for both of these squads into the top of the second. Still just the first game of day 4. It's when bracket play begins, as this is the first consolation game, and then the semifinals begin at 4 o'clock with the Klamath Falls Falcons taking on the Calgary Premier. And then at 7 o'clock, it's the Nelson Baseball Club challenging Kelso Premier. Connor Higginbotham sends a line drive into left, and he's going to be aboard with a single to kick things off in the second. Higginbotham aboard at first. He's had a nice tournament, batting .391 for the season. Now stepping in is Keegan Stevenson. The pitch is going to be taken wide, 1-0. Keegan Stevenson batting .257 this year. Runner aboard at first is Higginbotham. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Ball and a strike. Outfield, the center fielder Carlson shaded quite a bit to the left with the right-handed stick of Stevenson at the plate. Here's the 1-1. It's a slow rolling ground ball to short. Patterson charging. He's going to take the easy route to first. The throw is in time. And advancing to second on the play is Higginbotham. 1 away in the top of the second. Now batting is Kafis Olsen, the starting pitcher for Lander. But at the plate this year, Olsen batting .409. He's got 8 RBIs on the season. And it's going to end up being foul. The first pitch to Olsen. 0-1. Ground ball out towards short. Patterson plays it on a hop. He's going to go to third to try to get the lead. Runner Higginbotham's out on the tag. Heads up play by the shortstop Patterson. 2 away in the top of the second. Reaching first on the fielder's choice is Olsen, and that will bring up Conor Carey. Carey this season is hitting .242. Now with 2 away and a runner aboard at first. The off-speed pitch taken outside, 1-0 from Walker. On deck hoping for a chance is Rhett Stover. Walker set. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and missed on the pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Had Carey quite a bit out in front of that off-speed pitch. Walker delivers the 1-1. It is taken for a ball, must have missed high, 2-1. Swung on and missed on the fastball that dipped below the zone. Might have been kind of a sinker pitch. That had Carey chasing the pitch down again. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two away and a runner at first. Here's the pitch. It is lifted into center field. Back a few steps is Carlson. Under it now and making the catch to retire the side. Well, the Lobos strand 1 on 1 base hit in the inning, still scoreless as we head to the bottom half of the second on day 4 of the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional at Calgary Stadium on mybasin.com.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Getting ready for the bottom of the second inning between the Lander Lobos from Wyoming and the Rock Springs Spartans from Wyoming. These two teams that are normally just located about 2 hours from each other have come all the way to Klamath Falls, Oregon for the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional and are continuing coverage all day long on mybasin.com. We'll also be back for the Sunday championship game tomorrow at noon, but still consolation and semifinal games to get through today as leading off For the Spartans is going to be Aidan Walker, then Hudson Conrad, and then Ethan Millerman. Take a look at Walker at the plate. He's the starting pitcher for Rock Springs. As he takes ball one. As a batter this year, batting .540. Kind of guy who gets on base, an on-base percentage of .646. The 1-0 is called for a strike, 1-1. Olsen had that two-seam fastball work in there that would kind of break back in towards the right-handed hitting Walker. The 1-1. That one's going to miss wide. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 on the way is swung on a miss. Count even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out in the bottom of the second, and a scoreless ball game between the Lobos and the Spartans. The 2-2. It is called ball 3. Missed inside to the righty, so a full count. Walker chases the slider out of the zone but fouls it off. Count remains full at 3-2. The 3-2. It's popped foul. That pitch, the full count pitch, is going to come in and hit Walker. So a good job of prolonging the at-bat until Olsen made the mistake. Stepping into the box now is Hudson Conrad, the right fielder, with the runner at first and nobody out. Looking at Conrad this season, he is a .378 hitter, and he's got 18 RBI. That pitch, the two-seamer, comes in high and tight, 1-0. The second baseman, Stevenson, quite a few steps over to his left, and obviously the first baseman, Higginbotham, holding the runner, so quite a big gap on that side of the infield. Swing and a miss on the 1-0. Center fielder, a few steps back as well, Taylor Pierce, roaming center field for the Lobos. The 1-1. Is swung on and missed. The fastball high fooled Conrad. He looked like he was swinging an axe. 1-2. Olsen sets up kind of wide when he pitches from the stretch and then closes up. A big step. The 1-2 is swung on and missed on the high fastball. Now a pick move over to first. Back safely is Walker, but out at the plate on the strikeout is Conrad, and that's going to bring up Ethan Millerman. Millerman getting his first action in the tournament. The 16-year-old was actually a scratch on the roster coming into this event, but is apparently available today. He's batting .400 on the season. Millerman waves at the breaking pitch and misses, 0-1. Here at Calgary Stadium on the fourth day of the tournament, 325 down either line, 350 to left and right center, and 385 to dead center field. Here's the 0-1. It's taken for strike two. The fastball graces the outer third. 0-2 to Ethan Millerman. The 0-2 swung on and missed, and that jammed Millerman. 2 down now in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Ethan O'Brien. He's swung a hot stick in this tournament, but O'Brien for the season batting .367. Move over to first. Diving back safely is Walker. O'Brien, and then on deck is Colton Carlson. Good placement on the fastball, low and away to the right-handed hitting O'Brien. 0-1 the count to Olsen. That one misses inside. Oh, that's called strike two. As the batter O'Brien scooted out of the way, the inside fastball, but now re-enters the batter's box with an 0-2 count. The pitch. It's going to be taken wide, and that one will be called ball one. Still a pretty sizable gap on that right side of the infield as Stevenson still shaded over towards the second base bag. Here's the 1-2. Curveball's going to miss high. Fires down to first. The catcher Reese, but back safely is Walker. 2-2. Set with it now is Olsen, and he delivers. That one is swung on and missed and ends the inning. One runner left stranded. No base hits in the inning for the LOBOS, or for the Spartans, pardon me, as we go to the top of the third scoreless at the fourth day of the Pacific Northwest Babe Ruth Baseball Regional Tournament at Calgary Stadium on MyBasin.com.
On Top Tree Service have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
Rhett Stover to lead things off. It is 9-10-1 in the Lobos order, due up against Aidan Walker to kick things off in the third. Still scoreless in the first game of the day from Calgary. First pitch, waved at and missed, 0-1. The 0-1. They're going to say that hit Stover. And so aboard at first is Rhett Stover. Nobody out. And that's going to bring up Luke Whelan. Haven't seen too much of Luke Whelan this tournament. Luke, the 16-year-old younger brother of Justin Whelan, who's been in the order all tournament long. And now as we get our first look at Luke Whelan at the dish, we can take a look at some of his numbers this season. This is only his 11th plate appearance with the Lobos, and he's batting .600. So in 10 at-bats, he's got 6 base hits, each of them singles, also an RBI. Ball and a strike. The count to Whelan. That one's going to skip away from the catcher, Cahill. Off for second is Stover, and the throw is a little bit wide. Stover into second safely. And the count, 2 balls and a strike to the right-hander, Whelan. The 2-1 is fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner at second is Stover. Holding Stover at second is Millerman, the second baseman. The 2-2. That is called strike 3, a very late third strike call. And down goes Whelan. Back to the top of the order now for the Lobos. It's Taylor Pierce, who's 0 for 1 this afternoon. He did reach on an error and was left stranded at third. Check swing, foul ball. Nice play in the dugout by Luke Whelan. Just goes down on strikes, but then makes the play in the dugout. 0-1 the count to Taylor Pierce. All of his teammates giving him pats on the back. He's got a smile on his face even after the strikeout. 0-1 the count to Taylor Pierce. That pitch comes inside, but it finds the inside corner of the zone. 0-2. On deck is Justin Whelan. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and down on strikes is Pierce for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Justin Whelan, who's 0 for 1, grounded out to short his last time through. Whelan with an RBI opportunity. See if he can convert here. He's got 9 ribbies on the season. Here's the pitch. It's going to miss wide. And pardon me, for Justin Whelan, 13 RBIs, not 9. Apologies there. Here's the 1-0. It's going to be taken for a strike. The off-speed pitch finds the zone. Looked to be middle away. Ball and a strike. Walker's 35th pitch of the morning on the way. Fly ball in the left field. Moving over is Ditch. He's got to come in, and that one's going to drop in front of him. Fielded by the center fielder, Carlson, and around to score is Strover from second. as the Lobos fire the opening round of the ball game. They now lead 1-0. RBI single for Whelan, his 14th run batted in this season. And that's going to bring up Evan Stevenson, who leads the team at 29 RBIs. Walker comes set and delivers. Pitch misses wide. 1-0. The 1-0. Swung on and missed on the off-speed pitch away. A ball and a strike had Stevenson out in front. First baseman Stone playing in front of the runner at first, not holding him with 2 outs. The 1-1 is fouled back. Ball and 2 strikes. Paxton Reese on deck, the catcher for Lander. Here's the 1-2. Taking off from first is Whelan. Throw down to second is going to be wild into center field, but Whelan is going to stay put at second. The pitch missed, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. No one was there to cover at second when Cahill threw down. That was a really good throw by Cahill. Probably, well, might have been a close play for Whelan sliding in there if there was a defender at second base waiting to catch the ball, but no one was there, so they had to wait for it in center field. The 2-2 as Walker comes set. Here it is. Swung on and missed, and that gets the Spartans out of the inning. But 1 run does come across for the Lobos as they lead 1-0 as we head now to the bottom of the third in day 4 of the Babe Ruth Pacific Northwest Regional at Calgary Stadium on my.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Line drive into left field for the first pitch of the bottom of the third. Saban Carlson sends one to the wall and is in with a leadoff double. First hit of the ball game for the Spartans comes in the first pitch in the bottom of the third. Runner at second. And that's going to bring up Chase Shelley. So Olsen now in a bit of a jam on the mound for Lander. First pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1. That one is swung on, fouled back as well. Count remains 0-2 as we take a look at the numbers for Shelley this season, batting .397. The right-hander steps back in. Second baseman Stevenson holding the runner at second. The pitch is fouled straight back. Carlson aboard at second and nobody out. The pitch. That is going to be called strike three as Olsen broke out the curveball to get the first out in the bottom of the third. That brings up Braden Biendich. Biendich hitting .340. Hoping to drive in the tying run that sits out there at second for Biendich this season. He has got 20 RBI. It's the 1-0. Lead off a second by Carlson. The pitch missed high, now 2-0. The 2-0 misses high as well. 3 balls and no strikes. Biendich is the 10th hitter in the order. Now we bring it back to the top for Owen Patterson, who waits on deck. The 3-0. Taken off for third is Carlson. He has to try to get back. The throw is going to be late, back at second. So Carlson's back safely. He really thought about going over to third, but got about halfway there and second-guessed himself back to second base. Big lead off a second now from Carlson. Takes a step back as the second baseman Steven covers. The pitch is going to miss high, so ball 4. Runners at first and second now. Top of the order, due up for the Spartans as the catcher, Paxton Reese, comes out to chat with Kafis Olsen. Patterson in his first at-bat, 0 for 1, he struck out. Through the first 10 batters of the order, Kafis Olsen has struck out 7. He's having himself quite the afternoon, or I guess morning still so far. So we're in the bottom of the third. The pitch is going to bounce to the plate, skip away from Reese, and both runners are going to advance. So now to third is Carlson, Biendich at second, Patterson at the plate with a couple of them out there waiting for him. As we look at the numbers for Patterson this season, he's a .470 hitter with 26 RBI. He's got 2 more out there waiting for him with just 1 away in the bottom of the third. 1-0. It's Lander ahead of Rock Springs. The 1-0 is going to miss high, 2-0. The 2-0. It is a line drive into center field. Pierce over, and he is going to make the catch. Tagging from third is Carlson, and he is going to score to tie the ball game. Sacrifice fly and an RBI for Patterson. 2 away in the inning. Runner at second stayed put. It's Ditch. And scoring position, Kyle Cahill to bat. Now he's 0 for 1, struck out in his first at bat. Swung on and missed for Cahill. Oh, 1 swung on and missed. 0-2, and Olsen trying to get out of this inning. Ditch still at second. The pitch is taken for ball 1. No, that is called strike 3 on the outer third. That was about an inch off the plate, but Cahill goes down looking to retire the side. We go to the top of the 4th, tied at 1, as we continue your coverage of the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional at Kiger Stadium on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Getting things started in the top of the 4th, tied at 1 between the Lander Lobos and the Rock Springs Spartans. Paxton Reese leading things off for Lander. He's 0 for 1. Behind in the count, 0-1. The pitch from Walker is a fastball got by Reese, 0-2. Lobos scored 1 in the 3rd. The Spartans answered back. That is how we get our score of 1-1. The 0-2 pitch is taken high, 1-2. So 1 run on 2 hits, no errors for the Lobos. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error for the Spartans. Reese, Higginbotham, and Stevenson. Here's the 1-2. Taken for ball 2. That one misses inside. Count runs full, so a good job of Paxton Reese to work the count back full after being down 0-2, laid off a few pretty close pitches, and here's the full count pitch. That one is fouled off, so we'll do it again, 3-2. Full count pitch. That is taken wide, ball 4. And Reese is aboard at first with nobody out in the fourth. It brings up Conor Higginbotham, 1 for 1 today. Higginbotham has seen the ball real well this tournament. Pitch to Higginbotham. Swung and a miss. He's batting .391. He is second on the team in hits at 18. Reese on the move to second. The throw is going to be late, and Reese in there at second. Ball and a strike. Ball and a strike. The pitch to Higginbotham is taken for strike 2. Now the right-hander, Higginbotham, has to choke up a bit and play a little bit defensively at the plate. Here's the pitch from Walker. It is fouled off, and the count will remain 1-2. Big gap on the right side. The second baseman, Millerman, holding the runner. The pitch is flared out, foul behind first base. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Pause in the action. We'll thank some of the sponsors here at Calgary Stadium that make this broadcast possible, like Henris Roofing, Les Schwab Tires, Pop Howard's, Diamond Home Improvement, Sherm's Thunderbird, and Howard's Meat Center. Along with our own sponsors at the station, Abby's Legendary Pizza, Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union, and On Top Tree Services. The 1-2 is fouled back. Higginbotham back in for the 1-2. Walker coming set. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Walker really working here in the 4th inning. This will be his 55th pitch coming up. Again, with this the last day game of the tournament for Rock Springs and Lander. Pitch counts, although they are still capped at 105, we're going to be doing less dancing around the 74 pitch mark, I'm sure. The 2-2 misses low. The count runs full now, 3-2. Although for the games later on tonight, featuring the teams in the winner's bracket and the semifinal, like the Falcons and Kelso Premier and the AAA Blues and the Nelson Baseball Club, still going to have to worry about pitch counts for Sunday. Walker comes set with the 3-2. Here it is. That is lifted into center field. Coming over is Carlson, and that one's going to drop in no man's land. Now headed for third is Reese. They're going to hold him up there. A single for Higginbotham. So that brings up Keegan Stevenson, who's 0 for 1 today. The catcher, Cahill, goes out to talk with Walker and the first baseman, Stone. So at third, it's Reese. At first, it's Higginbotham, and stepping in now is Keegan Stevenson. Walker in his first real jam of the ball game. Here it is. Good fastball taken for a strike. Walker really pulled that one back. After Stevenson, it's Olsen, then Carey. The 0-1. That one is hit shallow right field. The second baseman, Millerman, over to make the catch, and that'll be the first out here in the fourth. Cephas Olsen, the pitcher, looking to help out his own cause. He's 0 for 1 right now. But a runner in scoring position, and we'll see if they have anything moving on the base paths with Higginbotham. Pitch is taken wide. 0-1 the count. 0-1. That pitch misses wide. Ball and a strike. The 1-1 is a check swing. Yes, he did go around. A ball and 2 strikes. Small lead off of first from Higginbotham. Here's the pitch from Walker. The 1-2 is a breaking pitch that misses high. 2-2. Cephas Olsen steps back in. Walker receives the sign from Cahill. Now the pitch. It's a ground ball out towards short. Patterson on to Millerman for 1. The throw on to first is going to be late, and a run scores on the play. So runner at first as LANDER takes a 2-1 lead. RBI for Olsen, and that's going to bring up Conor Carey, who's 0 for 1 today. And they got to fix second base out there. Has come undone a few times in the tournament.
So on top, that's a list of pitchers that can't throw today. Okay. So if we see it and they make a sub, for one of these pitchers, stop the game. Okay. So we don't.
Well, after the brief pause in the action, we'll reset you here. It's going to be a courtesy runner aboard at first. I believe that's Luca Kramer. That is hit a high fly ball to right field. Conrad is moving back, and that one gets down. Now rounding third and headed for home is Kramer. He's going to score. The throw into the infield is wild. Now heading to third is Carey. They're waving him around. He's going to try to score. The throw is going to be late, and he is scoring on the play. 4-1 Lander. So it's a 4-0 game after the inside the park homer from Carey. And now batting is going to be Rhett Stover. Here's the 0-1. It is swung on and missed, 0-2. 2 away in the top of the fourth. And the Lobos up 4-1. The pitch is taken for strike 3 called, and that will end the inning. But the Lobos plate 3. They lead 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the fourth at the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional at Calgary Stadium on MyBin.com.
Trying to lose some weight and get in shape? Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club provides a clean and friendly workout environment with professional and experienced staff to help you achieve your goals. They offer state-of-the-art equipment, indoor tennis and pickleball courts, certified personal trainers, tons of group exercise classes. They're the best exercise facility in the Klamath Basin. Plus, they now have a smoothie bar to give you a nutritious boost after your workout. See and feel the difference at Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's the place to be.
3-4-5 in the order for the Spartans as they try to answer back. They find themselves down 4-1 in the bottom of the fourth inning of the first game of day 4. The Babe Ruth Pacific Northwest Regional at Calgary Stadium on mybasin.com. It's Stone, Walker, and Conrad for the Spartans. First pitch swinging and a foul ball. Oh, 1 on the way to Sean Stone, who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. It is taken for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1. Pitch misses, 2-1 from Olson. Got himself in a bit of trouble in that last inning, but danced out of it, having only given up the 1 run. Olson stepped off. Later on in the afternoon, we have our second consolation game. That'll be between the Clark County Cubs and the Calgary Blues. As the 2-1 missed low, 3 balls and a strike. Stone steps out, awaiting the 3-1 pitch, calls time. The first baseman Higginbotham playing close to the foul line. Here's the pitch from Cephas Olson. That is a ground ball to third. Strover charging. The throw to first is going to be laid in an infield single. And Stone is hit it up on first base. He's trying to get his team back into it. That's only their second hit of the ball game. Off of first is Stone, and that is Aiden Walker to bat now. The pitcher looking to get his team back in this ball game. The tying run waits on deck. Lead off of first by Stone. Here's the 1-0. It is fouled back.
So anyways, that's the only way we could do it. So it'd have to be up to you guys to, unless they have some sort of walk-up music on an iPod or something. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna let you handle it.
Olson checks the runner, comes set and delivers. That is flared out to right field. That one could get down. It's going to be foul. Ball and 2 strikes.
Okay, guys, I am so sorry, but I need to know how the guy on first got on there. And then we're at 1 and 2. Are we at 1 and 2 or foul ball?
Ball and 2 strikes as Walker awaits the pitch. Here it is. That's a ground ball to third. Gloved on the backhand by Stover. Throw on to first is going to take Higginbotham off the bag. The throw goes wild. Now Stone advancing to third. They're going to keep him there. So they've got runners at the corners now with nobody out. That's the first error of the day for Lander. And now, Hudson Conrad to bat. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. He represents the tying run as the outfield, the center fielder Taylor Pierce back a few steps for Lander. As Olsen has been in this situation before. In fact, last inning, and he only gave up the 1 run. The pitch. Called a strike, 0-1. Owen comes in and hits Conrad. And so the bases are loaded with nobody out for Ethan Millerman. And we're going to have a conference at the mound between the Lander Lobos infield and Cephas Olsen as they all come together to decide how they want to play this. And with nobody out, you can probably guess the corners are going to be in with the middle infield at double play depth. Although Millerman, again, we haven't seen much of him so far. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First time through the order, Olsen struck out 7 of the 10 batters. Now facing his 6th hitter in the order. His second time through has only got 1 of them on strike. So Olsen comes set as everyone returns to their spot. The infield comes in for Lander. They're looking to get the force out at home if they can help it. First pitch was a swing and a miss, 0-1. The 0-1 misses high and in. 1-1. That is a line shot to left field. That one's going, and it is off the wall. That's going to score stone. Walker rounds third and heads for home, and Conrad is going to be held up at third. A 2 RBI double for Ethan Millerman. So that was Mike Sell. Apologies there. 1-0 the count to O'Brien. Score 4-3. That is a pop-up foul. Out of play, a ball and a strike. Still nobody out. At second, it's Mike Sell, and at third, it's Conrad. Apologies there. We've been calling Mike Sell Millerman, but it is Mike Sell aboard at second. That is a ground ball out towards second. Stevenson on to first for the first out, and a run comes in to score as Conrad will tie the ball game. This brings up Sabin Carlson. One and 0. One 0 count to Sabin Carlson. Here it is. Taken wide, 2-0. Moved to third, but back safely is Mike Sell. 3-0 the count to Saban Carlson. Lead off of first by Mike Sell, a few steps off. The pitch from Olsen is going to miss, and ball 4. So aboard at first is Carlson with just one away. Batting now is Chase Shelley. Shelley today is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Looking for better fortunes here. Runner moving at first. Carlson is going to get up standing, no throw. So with one away, that negates the double play. '76th pitch of the morning coming up for Olsen. Here it is. It's taken for a strike, 1-1. That is a fly ball hit to left field. Coming in is the left fielder, Whelan, but he lets that one drop in front of him. A run is going to score as Mike Sell in from third. And an RBI single gives the Spartans a 5-4 lead. And at 77 pitches, they're going to take the ball from Olsen, and we'll see where they hand it in a 5-4 ball game. The Spartans lead over the LANDER LOBOS in the bottom of the 4th inning of day 4 in the first game at the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional at Calgary Stadium on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
New pitcher in for the LANDER LOBOS. It's Conor Carey, and his first task out of the bullpen is going to be Braden Biendich. We will take a look at the numbers for Carey. as he steps off before throwing the first pitch. For Carey so far this season, he's got a 2.8 ERA. This is his 4th game pitched out of the bullpen. That one missed low, 1-0. Other changes for Lander. It looks like Keegan Stevenson has moved over to short and Luca Kramer at second now. The 1-0 is going to miss inside, so now the count 2-0. Line drive to second, past the glove of Kramer and into right. Now scoring from home is Carlson. And the Spartans now lead 6-4. Top of the order now for the Spartans. It's Owen Patterson, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but a sacrifice fly and an RBI in the game as well. The count to Patterson. Ground ball out towards short. Stevenson fielding it. He's going to toss on to second for 1. The throw on to first. No, actually Kramer's just going to hold up. And so 2 away now. Runners at the corners is Carlson's aboard at third and Patterson at first. That'll bring up Kyle Cahill. Cahill 0 for 2 on the morning with 2 strikeouts. As a check swing and Cahill win around. 0-1. Lead off at third from Carlson. Owen Patterson aboard at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Ground ball towards third is going to be foul. I think, is that interference? No, okay, so no call, even though it hit the runner. So still an 0-2 count to Cahill. That is a fly ball into shallow center field. Coming in is Pierce, and that one's going to drop. Carlson's going to score from third. Patterson is going to be held up at third. And an RBI single for Kyle Cahill with 2 outs in the inning puts the Rock Springs Spartans up 7-4. Stone batting now. It's where we started this inning. Stone is 1 for 2 with a strikeout today. Strike 1 called to him. Couple steps off of first for Cahill. And Carey going to step off. The 0-1 is fouled. 0-2. Stepping back into the box, Sean Stone. Again, he had a base hit to begin the setting and came around to score. Already 6 runs home this inning for the Spartans. And it's going to miss. 1-2.
Really enjoying the video broadcast. And now
That is going to miss low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on. On deck is Aidan Walker. Pitch misses wide. Count runs full now, 3-2. Swung on and missed, and that will end the inning. But not before the Spartans score 6. They take a 7-4 lead into the 5th inning as we are continuing our coverage of Day 4 of the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional at Calgary Stadium on mybasin.com.
Trying to lose some weight and shape? Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club provides a clean and friendly workout environment with professional and experienced staff to help you achieve your goals. They offer state-of-the-art equipment, indoor tennis and pickleball courts, certified personal trainers, tons of group exercise classes. They're the best exercise facility in the Klamath Basin. Plus, they now have a smoothie bar to give you a nutritious boost after your workout. See and feel the difference at Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's the place to be.
Ten, 1-2 in the Lobos order. Due up, that's Luke Whelan, Taylor Pierce, and then Justin Whelan as the Lobos trail the Spartans 7-4 in the 5th inning of the first game of the day at the Pacific Northwest Regional at Calgary Stadium. Swung on and missed. 0-1 from Higginbotham. Or pardon me, from Whelan. Oh for 1 today for Whelan. He struck out in his only plate appearance. 0-2 the count to Whelan. Walker ready with the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and Whelan down on strikes for the second time today. Back to the top of the order now for Taylor Pierce, who's 0 for 2 with 1 strikeout. And Walker going to step off. Pierce ready for the first pitch. Comes inside and misses. 1-0. Fouled straight back. Count moves now to a ball and a strike.
What kind of food do you like, Tom? Do you like Chinese, Mexican, Italian?
Here's the 1-1. It is taken for strike two. A good hard fastball on the outer third from Walker. The 1-2 is going to be swung on and missed. A ball and 2 strikes.
I like Chinese. I like marfa chicken. Pork fried wrap.
Here's the pitch to Pierce. It is swung on and missed. Drop third strike. It skips away from the catcher Cahill, but the throw is in time for the second out. That'll bring up Justin Whelan.
You know, it's funny because it has me a drop third strike and then it asks me for a second. But on that, I always just do okay. I do too. Should be for the pitcher. Because otherwise it's an error on that.
Justin Whelan steps in. First pitch to him is taken for a ball. 1-0. No. 1-0 is called strike one. Whelan is 1 for 2 today. He's also knocked in an RBI. The 2-1 to him. He's going to miss. 3-1. After Whelan, it's Evan Stevenson waiting on deck. Here's the 3-1. Swung on and missed, and the count runs full. 3-2. Swung on and missed, and that is going to be the third out in the top of the fifth inning. 7-4 the score as we head to the bottom half as we continue your coverage of the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest.com.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Bottom of the fifth inning, 7-4 the score, and an 0-1 count to Aidan Walker for the Spartans. Walker today has walked once. He's 0 for 1 otherwise. It's a fly ball, shallow left field. The shortstop back underneath it and will make the catch for the first out. Batting now is Hudson Conrad. The 1-0 count to Conrad. It's a ground ball, foul. Ball and a strike. Two balls and a strike to Conrad. On deck is Mike Sell. The catcher Reese coming in a third. 4 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned. He walked 3 and he struck out 8. Full count pitch to Hudson Conrad. That's a fair ball down the left field line. Rounding first and headed for second is Conrad. No, he's going to stay put. Took a big turn. Mike Sell batting now. He is 1 for 2 with a couple of RBIs. He's also struck out once. The pitch. That is lifted into right field. Stevenson coming in and will make the catch for the second out. That is going to bring up Ethan O'Brien, who's 0 for 2 today with an RBI. He struck out once as well. So I think it's still a fresh count to O'Brien. Pitch to O'Brien. That is strike one called on the inner third. So once we finally get into the at-bat with O'Brien, he's down 0-1. Conrad aboard at first. 2 away in the 5th. The pitch. Foul ball. Ball and 2 strikes. After O'Brien, it's Carlson, hoping to get a chance this inning and build on this 7-4 lead the Spartans have built themselves. Here's the pitch. Taken for ball 2. The 2-2. It is a slow roller down the third base line. Stover up with it. The throw on to first is going to get by Higginbotham. Rounding second, headed for third is Conrad. Conrad's going to go home. The throw is going to be late, and Conrad scores. Now headed for second is O'Brien on the throw, and he's going to be in there safely. The Spartans up 8-4. So batting now is Sabin Carlson. So Brian's aboard at second in an 8-4 ball game. Goes in the books as an error. Sabin Carlson at the dish. That pitch misses behind him. Carlson ducks out of the way, 1-0. A 3-0 count to Sabin Carlson. On deck is Chase Shelley, hoping to get a chance. That's going to miss in. A 4-pitch walk to Carlson will bring up Chase Shelley. Carlson behind on the fastball, 0-1. So Colton Carlson batting now, in for Chase Shelley. And so that pitch is fouled off, a ball and 2 strikes. So aboard at first is Sabin Carlson, Ethan O'Brien at second, and Colton Carlson at the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's taken wide, 2-2. Pitch misses wide. Both runners advancing, and they both are in safely. So O'Brien aboard at third. Carlson moves up to second, and now Colton Carlson, a real chance to grow this lead for the Spartans. They're already up 8-4. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the full count pitch. It is swung on and missed, so the Lobos get out of the inning, having only surrendered 1 run. The score now 8-4 as we head to the top of the 6th with the Spartans ahead. And our continuing coverage of the Babe Ruth Baseball Professional and on mybasin.com.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Top of the 6th and an 0-1 count to Evan Stevenson. then Paxton Reese, then Connor Higginbotham do up this half. An 0-1 count as Aidan Walker still on the mound for the Spartans in the top of the 6th. Spartans up 8-4 over the Lander Lobos in the 4th day of the Pacific Northwest Babe Ruth Regional at Calgary Stadium. Here's the 0-1. Two balls, two strikes. That was a good fastball in the outer third to Stevenson, who is 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. The 2-2 from Walker. Pitch number 87. Misses high and in. Count runs full. Stevenson steps out after calling time. The 3-2 pitch. It's a check swing, but a called strike 3 on the fastball down Main Street. 1 away here in the top of the 6th. That's 9 punch-outs for Walker today. Paxton Reese batting now. Reese stepping into the right-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, 0-1. Reese is 0 for 1 today. He's walked once, come around to score. Here's the 0-1. That is a deep fly ball to left field and will be foul over the fence, but foul. Just a bit early on that pitch. It was a hanger from Walker that Reese hit a mile, but it ended up foul. So Reese settles back in after the long strike 2. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball, foul. Count remains 0-2. One away in the top of the 6th, and the Spartans lead 8-4. Walker settling in, and here's the pitch. Called ball 1 as the changeup missed low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away as Paxton Reese settles back in. 94th pitch of the morning on the way from Walker. It's going to come inside and miss, 3-2. Full count pitch on the way from Walker. That is called ball 4. Runner aboard at first, 1 away. The pitch to Higginbotham is going to get away from the catcher Cahill, and Paxton Reese going to advance to second. Higginbotham 2 for 2 today. Here's the 1-0. Fouled back. 1-1. Strike 2 called on the outside. Still a ball and 2 strikes. That's flared out to right center field. That's in for a base hit. Reese is going to be waved around third, and he's going to be in to score. It's now 8-5. An RBI single for Higginbotham. He's working on a 3 for 3 morning. That's going to bring up Keegan Stevenson. The 1-0 to Stevenson is going to miss wide, 2-0. 102 pitches for Walker, so this could be the last at-bat we see him for. Capped off at 105. Here's the pitch. Called a strike, 2-1. _104th pitch. That is a ground ball back towards second. Up with it is the shortstop. No, it eats up Patterson. He touches on the second base bag for one. 2 away in the inning. And aboard at first is Stevenson. And now at 104 pitches, Walker could theoretically finish this at-bat, as he's capped off at 105, but if he starts that at-bat before he reaches that number, he can finish the batter. So he's trying to finish out this top of the 6th inning. They're letting Walker go for it. So this will be his last batter. It's Keifus Olsen. Oh, pardon me, Luca Kramer. Getting his first crack at things this morning. The first pitch. It's going to be called strike one on the outer third to the lefty. Small lead off of first from Stevenson. Here's the pitch to Kramer. That comes inside, and that is going to hit Kramer. And so that will be the end of the day for Aidan Walker. And now we've got to see where Coach Walker goes with this last, or potentially last batter of the 6th inning. There's runners at first and second for Conor Carey. And we're going to take a break as the score 8-5 with Rock Springs leading Lander as we continue your coverage of Day 4 of the Babe Ruth Baseball Northwest Regional at Kiger Stadium on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, the retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between. We keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Top of the 6th inning, and Ethan O'Brien now on the mound for Rock Springs. Can't quite close the book on the day for Walker, but he did strike out 9. Gave up 4 hits, and these 2 runners on base are his responsibility as it's an 0-1 count now to Conor Carey. Aiden Walker went out to center, and Carlson moved over to right. Only changes for the Rock Springs Spartans. 0-1 pitch from O'Brien. That is popped foul behind third base, 0-2. O'Brien comes set with the 0-2. And time is called by the batter, Carey. Swung on and missed, and that will end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th with Rock Springs up 8-5. Heading now to the bottom half on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Caden Pluid batting now, getting his first at-bat of the ball game. First look at Carey. It's a fastball that misses, 1-0. One more change for the Lobos, as now in left field, it's Lakota Officer. The 1-0 finds the inner third, a ball and a strike.
Well, have you guys seen the white team showing up here? The blue team has.
3-1 misses inside. And that will be a walk for Caden Pluid. Back now to the top of the order, it's Owen Patterson.
Shortstop number 5, Owen Patterson.
Bottom of the 6th, it's 8-5, and the Rock Springs Spartans in the lead. Strike one called, 0-1. It's Patterson, and then Cahill waits his turn on deck. Ball and a strike. Coming set is Carey and delivers. Taken for a strike as the count runs full with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball to third is going to bounce off the third base bag and into left field. Patterson aboard with a single. And now the tying run for the Lobos is at the plate with Kyle Cahill. Cahill 1 for 3 today with an RBI. He's also struck out twice. So my apologies, as the Rock Springs are in the lead, the Lobos looking to keep things where they are. Here's Cahill. Fouled back. Count moves now to 0-2. Pluitt aboard at second, Patterson at first. That is a line drive past the shortstop, Stevenson, into left field. And the Rock Springs Spartans content to just play a bit of station to station as they load up the bases with nobody out for Sean Stone. And the infield comes together for the Lobos as they decide how they want to handle it. They trail by 3, 8-5. And now this team has tended to move the infield in quite a bit this season as now Coach Reese comes out of the dugout. Try to see how they want to handle this. So the infield for the Lobos does come in. They're going to try to cut down the lead runner. Oh, 1 with nobody out. That is hit to his second baseman. Kramer comes home with it, so they get the lead runner for 1. And reaching on the fielder's choice is Stone. That brings up Aidan Walker, who started as the pitcher, now entered the game in center field. So the score remains 8-5 in the bottom of the 6th. Corners in, middle infield for the double play as that pitch misses low, 1-0. "3-0 to Walker. Conrad on deck. The pitch is going to come in and hit Walker. That's going to walk in a run. 9-5, the Spartans lead, and Walker seemed to have something to say to Carey as he walked down the first base line. He seemed to lead the series to 2 this game. So, although you got to imagine that at this point in the ball game, we're late. No one's intentionally hitting anyone. I mean, so Hudson Conrad batting now as that pitch skips to the plate. That's with the bases loaded. He's 1 for 2 today with a strikeout. That pitch comes in high and tight, and out of the way is Conrad. That is a line drive to left field. Back is Officer, and he is going to make the catch. Tagging from third is Cahill, and Cahill is going to score. It's now 10-5. Rock Springs leads. 2 away in the inning, and that's going to bring up Mike Sell. Strike one called on the fastball by Carey. Bouncing ball out towards third, playing it on a hot is Strover onto first in time. So the Spartans score 2 in the inning. They lead 10-5 as they look to close things out in the 7th. And our continuing coverage of the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional on mybasin.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Well, I'll let you know we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty with our scoreboard, but the score is 10-5, and the Spartans looking to close things out in the top of the 7th inning. In the first game of day 4 at the Pacific Northwest Babe Ruth Baseball Regional at Calgary Stadium. Up next, after the conclusion of this game, is the Calgary AAA Blues taking on the Clark County Cubs. We're getting things started here is Stover leading things off for the Lobos. He's taken for a strike, 0-1. So as the Lobos try to get back into this game, they're down by 5. It's Stover, Whelan, and Pierce. Or pardon me, Stover, Martin, then Pierce. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Count to Stover. Ball and 2 strikes now to Stover. Swung on and missed, and Stover down on strikes for the first out in the 7th. Martin to bat now. Jersey untucked and all. The pitch. It's going to be taken for a ball. 1-0. Two balls, no strikes to Martin. Getting his first look at things as the extra hitter. Hop up to the shortstop. Patterson comes in and makes the grab for the second out. Back to the top of the order for Taylor Pierce. Here's the pitch to Pierce. It's going to miss low, 1-0. 10-5 the score. The Spartans looking to hold on and grab their first victory of the tournament. The 1-0 is a ground ball into left field for a 2-out single, and Pierce is aboard. That'll bring up Lakota Officer. Runner on first is Pierce. Officer stepping into the left-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch. A ground ball right back to the pitcher, O'Brien. Toss on to first is in time, and the Rock Springs Spartans are winners in the first game of day 4 at the Babe Ruth Baseball Pacific Northwest Regional at Calgary Stadium. Winning pitcher today is going to go in as Aidan Walker, who pitched 5 2/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. The losing pitcher today is Cephas Olsen, who pitched 3 1/3 from Lander, 4 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned, 3 walks, and 8 Ks. Conor Carey came in relief of Olsen, 2 2/3 and 6 hits, 3 runs, and 3 earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. As the final score 10-5. We'll be back in just a bit as the Clark County Cubs get ready to take on the Calgary AAA Blues next on MyBasin.com. This is Josh Eldridge saying so long from Kiger Stadium.